Right now, everyone is talking about the AI tools, the vibe coding tools, things like Lovable and Base 44 and Google AI Studio. I've even talked about them on this channel, and you've probably seen ads for them all over the place. They're super popular right now. And if you're watching this space, specifically the no-code space, you've probably heard the take like, no-code tools are dead now because AI does it all. And I've been building software for nearly 30 years, which has given me a very in-depth view of how all this stuff works, both on the AI side and the non-AI side. And I can tell you that the take that no code is dead or that just traditional coding is completely dead is not right. And that's not because these AI tools aren't impressive, and it's not because they aren't the future, because they are, and they are certainly contributing to what's possible right now, but there are trade-offs involved in actually using them. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Not which one of them is best in general, because again, it kind of depends, but which one is right for your specific situation today. And what I'm going to do is give you a very simple 2-question framework that you can use to figure that out. And since this is a Google Workspace channel, we're going to primarily talk about AppSheet as our no-code tool. And in case you've never used AppSheet, what it is Google's no-code app platform. And basically what it lets you do is take your business data, like data that you have in a Google Sheet, and turn that into an actual app. So things like adding forms on top of that, adding navigation that really links between the data that you have within different views and different lists and different forms, and data validation, such as having a form and ensuring that certain fields within that form are actually filled out so that you don't have data inconsistencies within your Google Sheet. And for a little bit of history, Google acquired AppSheet back in 2020, and they integrated it into Google Workspace. So it's actually included within Google Workspace now. You can use the core version of it free with most, or included at least, with most Google Workspace plans. And it has native integrations for things like Google Sheets and Google Drive and Gmail and Calendar. So you can basically link to the data that lives within all those places within your AppSheet app. So if you're already working and living within the Google Workspace ecosystem, AppSheet is a great way for you to build a nice view on top of the data that you already have in those other tools, because it was built specifically for that purpose. And again, if you haven't used AppSheet before, this is exactly what your app looks like. You can see a nice list view of your sheet. It appears very cleanly on mobile if you're using a phone, or also nicely on desktop if you're using a computer as well. And you can tap a record and navigate right through to a detail view that shows you what's linked between different sheets. So again, it gives you a clean, functional, nice, easy to use app that is super fast to build. But notice the UI. That's one of the trade-offs here. This is what pretty much any AppSheet app is gonna look like, regardless of what you do with it. You can do some minor things like tweaking a few colors here and there, but in general, this is what your AppSheet app is gonna look like. Okay, now on to the AI tools, and these are a completely different animal. So these again are the tools like Lovable, Base 44, Google AI Studio, and they let you describe in plain language what exactly you want your app to do, and they will generate a working web app, or at least theoretically working web app that actually does that. And in many cases, you'll still have to figure out how exactly to store your data. Some of these tools actually solve that problem to some extent, and some kind of leave it up to you. And it is possible to actually store your data within Google Sheets just like you do with an AppSheet. And I actually built an example like that a while back, and I'll link to that video right up there. But again, the difference with these tools is that you're primarily giving the tool a description of what you want, and it's free form, creating something based on what you describe, versus working with a template that the system gives you the way that AppSheet does. And here's what a vibe-coded app looks like. And the difference is that it's a custom layout. It's got custom UI components like menus. You could have calendars. You can have basically whatever you asked for, not what the platform actually decided to give you, and not restricted to what's actually available within the platform. So it's more flexible, it's more visual, it's more customizable. But with that flexibility comes trade-offs. And again, we're going to get to those in a minute. All right, just to summarize where we are so far, we've got the AppSheet app on the left, and we've got the vibe-coded app on the right. Both are apps, both solve your real business problems, but they look very different and they're built very differently. And they're both right for different situations. Which brings us to the two questions. Question number one is, what are you actually trying to build? And if what you're trying to build is just a better way to work with the data that's in your Google Sheet. So for example, if you have a Google Sheet that you've been using to run a particular business process and you're just looking for a better, more app-like way to do that, AppSheet is almost certainly your solution for that specific problem. And specifically, it gives you a mobile-friendly view on top of that data. It gives you an easy way to prevent people from making unwanted changes within that data so that you're able to, again, maintain that data consistency. And it gives you a nice way to navigate between different rows and different sheets and really the connections that exist within your data. And you can easily add light automation. So things like automatically sending an email when something happens, or automatically updating data in one place when data in another place changes. Things that start to get a little bit complex if you're trying to do it with AppScript within your Google Sheet. And the great thing about AppSheet is that it gives you a predictable, known result. Again, your known result is going to look like what I showed earlier, but you know that's exactly what you're going to get. And it gives you guardrails. And those guardrails are, as they say in software development, a feature, not a bug. Because when you come back in 6 months and you just need to make a minor change to your app, those guardrails are going to make it very hard for you to break something. And that matters a lot, especially if you're not a developer, you have another job to be doing, and you don't want things to be breaking and having to invest a bunch of time in trying to figure out why something broke every time you're just trying to make a little change. All right, so those are all the cases where AppSheet is a very obvious choice. But if what you need goes beyond that, and if you need your app to actually look like your business, your brand, your colors, your design, AppSheet isn't going to get you there. It comes out of the box looking like a Google product, and it's going to keep looking like that, not like your company's custom specific product. If that's the kind of stuff you need, you want to probably look at either custom development, either through a vibe coded tool or something else, or some other platform that gives you a little bit more flexibility than what AppSheet provides out of the box. All right, and the second question is, who exactly is going to be using your app? And more specifically, do you know exactly who they are, and are they using Google Workspace? And here's why that matters. AppSheet is priced per user. So every single person who opens your app and uses your app needs to have a license one way or another. And there is one slight exception to that with something called AppSheet Publisher Pro, which is kind of something from the past, and at least to me, not really clear how long Google is going to continue to support that. I did put together this whole video on AppSheet licensing that kind of covers that, and I'll link to that up there. But if you are using the Google Workspace version of AppSheet, the one that comes included with Google Workspace, every single person needs to have a license. So if everyone who's going to use your app is already on Google Workspace, so for example, if you're already subscribed to Google Workspace for everyone's email and Google Docs and all that kind of stuff, everything works out really well for you here because you get AppSheet core licenses included with each Google Workspace user. So you basically have no additional charge in order to be able to use those apps. But if you want your customers to be able to use the app, or your vendors to be able to use your app, or your clients or the general public just to be able to submit a form or submit a request or see current pricing data or anything like that, that's where it starts to get a little bit more complicated and certainly more expensive with AppSheet because, again, every single person needs to have a license. And when you're talking about all your customers or the public or something like that, that just becomes completely unreasonable. So this is where the vibe-coded direction starts to make a lot of sense because these vibe-coded apps are just web apps, which means that anyone with a link can use them. There's no per user licensing, no user accounts necessary, no sign up necessary, etc. So again, question 2 is really, who are your users and do they already have Google Workspace licenses? All right, hopefully those 2 questions sent you in one direction or another to make it clear, again, whether you want to go the AppSheet direction or whether you want to go the vibe coded direction. But it's possible that you ended up kind of in between those 2 things. For example, let's say that you have an inventory app that you use internally for all of your team to manage the inventory, but you also want a way for the general public or for specific clients to be able to see that as well, but you don't want to necessarily have to buy AppSheet licenses for them. In that case, a great option is creating a hybrid app where you do all your internal management within AppSheet so that your team can use their AppSheet licenses in order to do that. And you create a separate public app on the outside using vibe coding tools that's able to connect to that internal data that's stored within your sheet and display specifically what you want to those specific public clients. And then again, you're covered by your AppSheet licenses for your Google Workspace users internally. And the AppSheet licensing doesn't apply for that external app because it's a publicly hosted app. So I have covered this hybrid app technique to some extent in some of my previous videos, but in my next video, I'm going to cover it more specifically. If you do want to see that, and if you're not already subscribed, you can either subscribe to it using YouTube below, or I've also got an email list where I send out email notifications whenever I post new videos. So I'll include a link to that up there. All right, that's all I got for today. If you have any questions about this or any comments or thoughts, please share them down in the comments. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.